there was so much hype surrounded around this series. So I will agree. I don't think season 1 touched up on it, but with the knowledge I have, what is coming in season 2, because I did I wanted to get a peek.
You touched on it a little bit. Okay,
just a
just a little bit.
I do think this season is going to really solidify why there was so much hype surrounded by this series.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining today's meeting. I'm Ace and McMillian, and this is the Gurren Otaku Council podcast, and this is episode 52, where today we'll be talking about some of our under the radar spring anime season, as well as we're going to be talking about what we're looking forward to from the upcoming summer season as well. But of course, before we get into all that, if you'd like to join me, my friend McMillian, as we discuss all things anime and sometimes manga, then please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and follow us on our social media so you can stay up to date on all things about the council. And with that being said, the council is now in session. Let the meeting begin. All right, everybody, welcome back for another week. How you doing today, McMillian?
I'm doing great. How about you, sir?
I'm doing good. And as always, of course, my friend, we're going to start us off with some council announcements. And I believe we only really have one here today. We just want to let everybody know that our Black Clover Sword of the Wizard King review is now live, of course, on your favorite audio platform, as well as on YouTube as well. So please go make sure to check that out. And yeah, I believe that's the only council announcement that we have for today. We're just going to hop straight into GOC News, your weekly source for the latest anime news. So let's get into it. So we're just gonna go straight into some of the latest announcements that got announced here. Starting this off, hot off the press, Demon Slayer season 4 got announced here recently. The Hashira Train arc, I believe that's the name of the next arc we're getting here. It got announced. Any words on that?
So with this announcement of the season, people probably saw online or something. Some people be like, "I can't believe we're about to spend a whole season on this arc." And as a person who has read, I am interested to see how they will adapt it, because it's not that long of an arc in my opinion.
Okay.
It's kind of because it's very similar to
the Mugen Train arc.
Yeah, it's funny because just as you said before, they were like, Mugen Train's too short of a thing. We won't need a full season, and they came back with a full fucking season. So I don't know what they'll add to it or anything like that, because they have been slowly, I feel like, adding some anime only stuff. I mean, granted, it's usually just to enhance what's already been talked about or been slightly hinted to in the manga or whatever. So it's not gonna be, I think, something out of left field. But this is a short arc, and I don't know how. I don't know exactly how. I don't know if it really deserves a full season. I
believe, if I'm not mistaken, they did 11 episodes of this season, and it could have been 12 or 13 because we had an hour episode for both the final finale and the beginning. So I was about to say it was shorter than season 2, but really it wasn't. When you look at it from that way, so maybe they do it like Mugen Train, but they got a few episodes out of Mugen Train though, surprisingly, and so I mean they'll probably be able to get something out of this. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. I'm just interested because it is a training arc. It is not like a mission or anything like that. And I'm not sure if people are gonna be that
into it, maybe
invested. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. It'll definitely be interesting to see how they decide to handle it. Then they decide to maybe go the movie route again, or if they just they're like, hey, forget it, we're just gonna put it into a season. How many episodes we get? That's how many y'all getting. Y'all gonna get 3 episodes an hour each.
Maybe
y'all gonna like it.
There's a whole bunch of OVAs.
I'm done.
Yeah.
So moving on from there, for all you Konosuba fans, I know McMillion's excited about this one. Season 3 has finally got a release date of 2024. We don't have a confirmed date yet, but we got a year. 2024. That's the year.
We got a year. That's all I care about, baby. We up. We up.
Oh man, and then McMillian also might be sad about this one though. The Classroom of the Elite season 3 has been delayed to January 2024.
We down. We down. We down. We gotta wait. But at least it's coming.
Oh man, but this one I am actually really excited for. This next announcement here. There was a movie announcement for the Ranking the Kings anime series. It got announced for a movie. Oh my.
I had a friend delivered me something and it scared the shit out of me.
Oh man, my man's just almost left his body there.
I did, I swear. But we're gonna keep it in so I can rant about this later. But I actually didn't see the announcement for the movie. So did they show a poster or anything, or is it just like
I believe they did. I didn't really look at it that much. I just saw a lot of different people talking about it got announced for a movie.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm interested to see what type of story they'll tell for as far as it like goes. But it is good to see that Ranking the King is getting. So I do wonder, is it like a continuation, or is it just like a movie special?
I mean, who knows? They're probably just giving us more time, because I'm not sure if like the manga or the light novel, I don't know if Ranking the Kings is originally a light novel or a manga, but I'm not sure if that's even finished. So they probably just giving them more time to make the story and whatnot. So I don't know, because even the season that they just did, if I'm not mistaken, it was supposed to be a filler season technically. So
I think so.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Well, regardless, I'm pretty sure it'll be a good watch. Ranking the Kings is a very good show. So
I agree. And then we actually got some more Black Clover news as well. A stage play got announced for Black Clover, which I think is a good sign that the Black Clover fandom is alive and well.
Yeah.
That hopefully here we'll get our season announcement back. Returning announcement rather soon here.
Yeah, I mean the anime. What is it? The anime, not conventions, expos or whatever have you. The stuff that brings in the most anime news is around the corner, so hopefully we'll get like some news from that, because like some people are speculating one big anime event is supposed to have some news on the anniversary of Soul Eater. Okay. And people are speculating.
Didn't it just pass though? Oh wait, no, that was last year. I'm thinking about last year. Okay, yes, it's a whole new year.
Yeah, but people are expecting either like the announcement of them continuing Fire Force is anime, or the remake for Soul Eater around that time. I don't have the exact date, but I do remember reading about that. So, hopefully soon we'll get that Black Clover news, because I know people are waiting on it. I know you specifically else will, just from our Black Clover.
Yes. I read about Black Clover enough and I read the review, so I'm not going to continue right now. And then last but not least, don't know how to feel about this one, but we got our first look at the Netflix live action One Piece series that's going to be coming out here in August very soon. And like I said, I don't know how to feel about this one. It has like a weird little charm to it, but I don't know. I mean, live action anime is either hit or miss in a lot of different areas, so it's just I just I just hope they don't stain the name.
It's interesting. I'm always, when anime gets announced for like live action stuff, I'm always like, why are they doing it? Because it's never really ends out well.
That was my first reaction as well. Why?
But now that I've seen the trailer, now I'm not the biggest One Piece fan. That's Ace here. That's who we got on the podcast for that. But I do remember watching like the beginning of the series and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, this seems pretty, like, from what I'm seeing, this doesn't seem too far off base from what the source material is and stuff like that. And the little of the effects I've seen, it seems like it might hold up. So, and I know the author worked closely with them to make this. Yeah, so
he did. That's my only, I guess, good thing I have looking forward to going to it, because I'm gonna check it out, of course, but it's knowing just knowing that Oda did have a hand in writing the story and make sure it was good and stuff like that. I'm not sure how in time with ingrained he was in with production and stuff like that, but I know he was making sure that they was following the story and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I mean, if it has the creator support, I'm at least interested to see how it'll shake out. It's just, for me, I think when you reach it, if you're adapting anything, especially something like One Piece, that over time gets very power scaling heavy, like where the abilities are ridiculous. I get worried because
and that's my thing. So even if it's like, say if it's successful, do they plan on adapting all of One Piece? Like how? Like what is the goal here? That's what I want to know.
True. I mean, yeah, because it's not like One Piece is not done.
Or is this like one of those, promo things where they like make a live action of like the first arc to like get you into the anime or like the manga or something like that?
It could be. I don't know. I know apparently like so someone brought I don't remember the exact statistics of it, but they were talking about like some of the most expensive TV shows to make, and the One Piece show apparently costs like more money than it does to make like the Mandalorian or the other Marvel TV shows on Disney Plus. So like it's a very expensive.
I thought you very expensive Thrones for a second. I was about to say, wait a minute, now we get into crazy territories.
I don't remember if it was compared to like Game of Thrones' budget, but I know it's more than like most of the Marvel TV shows.
Something like the recent Marvel TV shows that was coming out. Okay.
Which I mean, in my opinion, if that is at least they're putting a lot of money towards it because they definitely need.
I mean, they definitely need to.
What like is going to be required of them down the line? But I agree with you. I don't know where the end goal of this is because I cannot imagine the same actor. Like it's different, I think, for voice actors, but for actors to
technically they have. A lot of material they can just go ahead and adapt. Like there's nothing holding them back.
I know, but I'm just saying, like for instance, though, like it takes years.
Yes, it takes years to record to shoot stuff sometimes, and
so. Like if they adapt all of it at some point, I feel like they're gonna need to replace the actors.
And then on top of it, that is the goal. You're basically saying like these actors, this is your life now. You are these characters, basically.
Yeah. It'll be. I'm very interested. Is all I have to say about it. I'm not. Based on what I've seen, I'm hopeful that it's gonna be a good adaptation. But again, as any anime fan will tell you,
listen, my hope is the only thing I'm hoping for at most is that it's just not the live action Avatar. That's all I can hope for. Is that it's just not that. That's all I can hope for at this point.
That's everybody's hope, is that it's not that.
That is all I can hope for at this point.
Yeah.
But that is all the news that we have here for you all today. Let us know down below in the comments what you guys think of this week's news, and we're gonna head into our next agenda item for today, talking about some of our under the radar spring anime for this season. So I'm gonna kick it off to you, McMillian. Go ahead and give us one of your animes for the season that flew under the radar.
I don't know how people feel about this. I could think it's under the radar, I could think it's not. But in my for the first one I have, it's Mashal.
Okay.
I think it's good and not like great or anything, not like knocking water out of the park, not like hitting the ball out of the park or anything like that. But I do think it's a very good show, and I feel like more people. I should see more people talk about it and stuff like that.
I would definitely give you that. Like I said, it's not like the one in a million show out of or anything, or the next Demon Slayer, for example, or anything like that. But it's one of the good shows of the season, I will say. I do agree on that.
Yeah, and I just think it came out with a lot of exciting new projects as well as like some returning stuff that people were looking forward to. So I just feel like right now it's kind of flying under the radar. I feel like when people get more time to probably check out, because there are people that wait until seasons are done for anime. Yeah. I feel like once that happens, people watch it. It'll be more talked about and stuff like that. But that's my first one.
Okay. My first one, I got My Home Hero. I think it's a fantastic mystery story that they're telling right now. The characters are not only interesting, but I think that like the stuff that is because it's rooted in like real life. So I think that the stuff that they're doing inside the show is not something like it'll be like too out of left field that you won't see in like real life. It's like they're doing stuff that you could technically do yourself, but I would not advise that because we don't advise killing people on this show here.
Of course not.
It's very much rooted in real life. They're basically they're telling a real life story and connected to real emotion and stuff like that. And so I think it's one of the good shows of the season as well. And I love mysteries as well, and it is a great mystery.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. I actually have My Home Hero down here as well for one of my underrated for the season, because I do think it deserves a little bit more attention than what it's getting right now. Especially considering I feel like I see a lot of people talk about how they want to see more adult in
adult themed shows.
Adult themed shows and like animes where the main characters are actually like adults as well. Like
this is one of them. This is one of them.
Yeah, and this is one of them. It's telling a really interesting story right now. Very murder mystery heavy. So I feel like that fits in perfectly with like what a lot of people like to watch generally, just in anime form now. And so I definitely agree. It could more people should definitely check it out than I feel like what it's getting right now.
Yeah, like I said, it's almost like watching like a live action, not necessarily live action, like a regular Netflix show, but like I said, in anime form.
Yeah, and I feel like with that, if that's the case, I feel like it should definitely be slightly more popular than what it is right now. Granted, I do think it's just.
And when I think about it, like if this was on Netflix, I think My Home Hero would do pretty well in my opinion.
Probably, I could see them doing a live action version of this if they haven't.
Well, not necessarily live action. I just meant like the show itself was on Netflix, but
okay.
But now that you mention a live action of My Home Hero, don't sound too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there. I wouldn't be surprised if there already was one, or not.
You gonna make me look that up now? I'm gonna have to look that up after this.
Well, because some anime, some mangas and stuff like that, they get actual TV dramas and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if this one was one of the ones that had like a live action thing. But yeah, regardless, My Home Hero is definitely like it definitely needs more attention.
Okay. What you got next for us?
Next is one I think is slightly debatable, I guess, on if it's underrated or not, but I feel like it's underrated because I feel like it definitely should get more talked about. But Dead Mount Death Play.
Oh yes, this was on my list as well. I listened. So at one point when we first talked about it at the beginning of the season, I had dropped it for about 2 weeks, but then I came back to it. Well, no, I dropped it about like 3 weeks actually, but I came back to it and I caught up. And I was like, oh damn, well this is actually better than I anticipated. Like I figured that it was gonna be good because like from what I said when we reviewed it, like we still gotta find out the mysteries, like who even put the hit out on the body he got reincarnated into and stuff like that, and what is gonna be his ultimate goal, like does he want to live a peaceful life or is he gonna try and take over the world and stuff like that. So as far as right now, it seems like his goal is to just live a peaceful life, so that's interesting to see. I don't know how to feel about that because still technically he is a villain, so to speak, but I don't know. It's okay, but the show does have a lot of interest in the characters as well, though, and it just even has some decent action in it that I wasn't anticipating as well.
Yes, it has a lot going for it that I don't think I initially expected, and I'm not fully caught up with it right now, but I know like the episode I left off on, there's even like a bigger mystery on like is the world if the world he's in now is not unrelated, is related somehow to the world he left. So
that he came from. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's really interesting.
Agree.
I was gonna say it's really interesting. And if you watching us talk about it at all, like I definitely would give it a try now. Even if you like as Ace put it, he watched it a little bit, left it, and then caught up, and he was like, "This is just really good." Yeah, I definitely recommend checking it out.
All right, and then my next one here, I got Dr. Stone season 3. Now I know we talked about this a little bit, but Dr. Stone is a good ass show, and I haven't seen nothing on this. Nobody's talking about this at all this season. It's a good show, and it's definitely been flying under the radar this season. And I talked about Dr. Stone, multiple times. I already gave my thoughts and opinion on this. I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but definitely Dr. Stone season 3 needs more love.
Yeah, I'd agree. I didn't have it on my list, but you talking about it definitely reminded me that I need to go back and catch up with it right now, because I left off on was it after Y Man, I think, like right after that, and then heading towards that signal. Yeah. So I'm interested to see where stuff is unfolding and stuff like that, and where we're going to go from like that point. But yeah, no, I definitely agree with the not only with the fact of like just how good Dr. Stone is at presenting you with science, it's also right now has a really good mystery element in terms of like what they're going after and how they plan to solve the whole petrification thing. So I definitely agree. I feel like my picks are divisive, but this is my last one.
But I only got one more on my list as well. But go ahead and give it to us.
I say the best for last.
We probably got the same one.
Which of Mercury? I'm gonna need people to stop sleeping on my girl. Okay.
All right, public service announcement, everybody. My boy McMillian said, go ahead, stop sleeping on Soletta because she was winning, but she was down for a sec, but now we winning again. All right, now, so we going. Well, we semi-winning. We ain't fully won yet, but we semi-winning right now.
I don't know if we took a solid dub yet, but like we getting back to it.
I think Butcher Mercury just flew on the radar as a whole, even from like last season. But it's just so good, and it's just like the pacing of the show. The pacing of the show is so good as well. Because they're telling all these different stories and plot lines between the corporations and the big, I can't remember the name, but the group right now, the Benner group. There we go, and all the different plot lines within the different businesses inside that group as well. And then now we got Earth coming in too, and now so we know it's terrorists, or quote unquote terrorists, but they're really just revolutionaries. And now we got Soletta's mom trying to basically take over the Earth, and it's just a lot going on. It's such a good show.
What Ace just showed you is basically why people need to stop sleeping on this goddamn show. I get probably the hesitancy for some people with Gundam. It's mecha, and I know that's not necessarily like
like you said. I don't need like it's mecha anime. It's so good and it's animated so well.
Well, yes, but like I know some people have reservations about mecha. I completely, as a person who. I grant I'm probably a little bit biased because I fucking love mechas, but like they tell really good stories is all I'll say. Like Gundam especially, and this one, in my opinion, out of the ones I've seen, which hasn't been a lot. I think I've seen like 5 different Gundam series. This one is probably my favorite because the amount of political intrigue, mystery, emotion. The fucking emotions I feel
all of it
while watching this damn show. It's just, it's probably, in my opinion, this is probably the most underrated like thing for me. Is that show is Witcher Mercury because of just how good.
I agree, and this was my last one on the list, like as well. Like you said, say the best for last, and this one definitely is flying under the radar. Like I've seen people talking about it for sure, but I don't think like just not as much as it should be because Demon Slayer's in this season and how big that is, but still, but
this definitely, I feel like if I was to talk about shows that literally like did not get the love they deserved, this is definitely one of them. Y'all know how I fight for Vivi, so so expect me to be coming out here with Witcher Mercury.
He said, "Don't worry about it. Just wait till the season end."
Yeah.
He said, "I'm gonna add Witcher Mercury to my Vivian Savant tour."
Exactly. just hold up 2 posters. They were robbed.
Just catch them on the corner every Friday.
These deserve your attention.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Can I talk to you today about our Lord and Savior Witcher Mercury?
No? Okay. Vivi Fluoride Eye song? That one? That's what you want? That's the guy.
Well, what about this child? Oh, man. But yeah, gotta love it. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go quickly go through my list again, and then we'll quickly let you go through yours. But once again, my anime that flew under the radar for the spring season was Dr. Stone season 3 here, My Home Hero, Dead Mount Death Play, and then last but not least, Witch from Mercury.
Yeah, I mean mine's nearly identical, but started off we got Mashal, then we have Dead Mount Death Play, My Home Hero, and to wrap it all up, Witch from Mercury.
All right, well there we go. Let us know what you guys think down below in the comments of these few animes that flew on the radar. And we're going to head on to our next agenda item. today, everybody. I'm going to hand over to McMillian, who's going to give out our weekly recommendation.
Yep. So to summarize weekly recommendation, as you know, we are coming to the end of this anime season. An anime that I think a lot of people have heard of before, that started off last season, wrapped up recently, and I just have to sing its praises, give it its flowers, and as a recommendation, Vinland Saga. If you have not seen this show, you are doing yourself a disservice.
Yes.
A great anime, really adult. Another one with a lot of like adult plot lines, adult themes.
Yes.
And it focuses on the character. It focuses on the character's growth, and I don't feel like a lot of shows kind of do that now. We're really caught up in spectacle, and Vinland Saga does that. It gives you that in a season, and they also give you the growth of the personal growth and journey of a character, and lay it all on the table. And it's so good. It was such a good watch. I am one episode behind, I think. Like I'm on the last episode for this season.
Okay, well, you're doing better than me. I'm a few episodes behind,
but my God, it was a ride. That's all I have to say, and I cannot wait for it to continue.
Yes, no, I agree. No, Vinland Saga is really good, and then especially season 2. We do plan on. I am gonna say this real quick. We do plan on doing a season 2 review of it sometime here in the future. But no, Vinland Saga is really good. And one thing I have been enjoying from season 2, from what I've seen so far, is just how they show Thorfinn's growth basically. We got a time skip, so he's older now, and we just see him come to grips on all the horrible things he's done, and in war, all the people he's killed and stuff like that, and try to see him become basically a quote unquote a better person, if you will. And so just seeing Thorfinn's growth as a character has been fun to watch as well in this season. That's I've been enjoying that.
Yes, yeah. It starts out like, for people that are used to fast. I'm not gonna lie. Transition to season 1 and 2 is probably gonna give you whiplash a bit because of how how quickly how quickly it switches gears.
Yes.
Yeah, but I stick with it. Is all I'll say, and you'll be handsomely rewarded with a really good story. I cannot wait
as well
for whenever season 3 gets announced and when it comes out, because I will definitely be tuning in. But for weekly recommendation, again, Vinland Saga, you can find it on Crunchyroll, both seasons. It was originally on Amazon Prime. I'm not sure if you can still find the first season there.
I don't know either. That's a good question.
But I do believe both seasons are now on Crunchyroll and Netflix. So if you're looking to watch it, check.
That's where you can find it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that was our weekly recommendation, everybody. And we're gonna head over to our next agenda item on the agenda today. And we're going to be talking about what we're looking forward to from the upcoming summer 2023 season. I'm going to go ahead and start it. I'm starting it hot off the press. Hot off the press. LinkTree season 2.
Okay. I wasn't sure where you were going to start. I was like, okay, this is about to be Bleach, JJK.
No. We ain't starting off one of them. We starting off with LinkTree season 2. For those who don't know, LinkTree is it's a Chinese anime, right? If I'm not mistaken, yes, it's a Chinese animation, and it's a story but where two best friends basically have these time traveling powers where they can take a photo or something like that. It can be like physical or digital. I think it has to be. I can't remember. It has to be only physical, but I believe it can be physical or digital. But anyways, they can take a photo and they can basically go back into that time period of that's in that photo, but as that person, and kind of like relive those moments. And it's such a good time, and it's such a good story, and I cannot wait for season 2.
Yeah, I completely agree. This is also on my list of what I'm looking forward to for the summer, mainly because LinkTree season 1 was such a surprise to me.
It was such a surprise.
Like when I first tuned in, I wasn't sure if I fully when you hear the premise of it, it doesn't sound that strong. But I think what really brings it together is just the adventures that they go on. It feels so much,
and then the emotions that they make you feel.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. It feels like, if I had to think about it, it feels so much like kind of Saturday cartoon almost, because like every other episode. Every other episode was a different adventure almost.
Okay.
They had a different job. They had a different, like, if from where they started to where it ended, I definitely didn't expect one. But also like just the different multitudes of adventures they went on. From some were fun, some were heartfelt, some were sad, like just
sad,
like
straight
very
up sad,
sad.
just straight up
Yeah,
sad.
like it was just you got to experience a whole bunch of different things within their, I think, 12 episode span for season 1, and then the cliffhanger they left us off on with the end of season 1. I cannot wait for this show to come back.
And then, like I said, keep in mind, like when he's going back into that time, he's going back as that person, you know. So it doesn't matter, you know, male, female, adult, child. You know, he's going back as that person, and that's what also. So you get to, it's like you get to see the story from their view, but also from our main character's view as well. It's a crazy way of storytelling. Like you gotta watch this show.
They use that form of storytelling very well too. It's not. I really feel like they don't waste a moment in how they decide to tell these small stories each episode, like based on not only like our main character's perception, but also they give you the side of like the person that hired them to do the job in the first place, or vice versa. Sometimes they're not hired, because sometimes I know they also investigate. But yeah, really, really good show.
Correct. All right, so what you got for us, McMillian?
Okay. Ooh, man, I feel like I gotta go for like one of the not so big ones now.
Okay. All right, we'll give it to us then. Let's see what you got.
I think for me, the next one I'll go with is Hulk. Now, this is not a big known. This is not a widely known anime.
Okay.
Probably not even a widely known series. I
have no idea what this is about it, so go ahead and enlighten me as well.
Okay, so I have not watched or read the manga or any other source material. This is just the premise alone just sounds super interesting to me.
Okay.
As well as the art style I've seen. So based on this, it's in a fantasy world that just recently the hero defeated the Demon King and all is well. But except in Demon Society. The Demon Society is like, damn, our king dead. We need a new king. How do we decide that? We're gonna throw a tournament to decide our new Demon King. And basically that's what the show focuses on, this character named Hulk.
Okay.
That is, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think he actually is a demon, but there's a demon backing him for her to become the new Demon King. So basically, they don't have to enter the tournament, but they're gonna use him to basically become king, and it sounds very interesting.
He's fighting for them in their stead. Okay.
Oh, excuse me. Hulk is a woman. I'm sorry. Hulk is a girl.
Okay.
Yeah. Her shoulders. Okay, my bad. Hulk is a woman.
Okay, well, no, that does sound interesting. Then, okay, I might have to check that one out. Then we'll see. If you check that one out, definitely let me know how that goes.
Yeah, I definitely plan to. But that was one of my. Since you brought up Link Click, I was like, let me bring an unexpected one.
All right. Okay. So with this next one, we'll go one of the more popular ones. So I'm gonna start us off with continuing on with JJK season 2. Then, for me, so. Okay, so we did our review of JJK like a long time ago, and so but I'm just give a brief synopsis again. So I don't hate JJK. I do like it as a show, but I just don't. It's hyped as it was. I don't think it lived up to the hype season 1. So maybe like further, along other arcs and stuff like that, live up more to the hype that the manga reads and stuff are talking about. But it's just like season 1 didn't really show me anything I haven't really saw before. But I do like the show though, so I'm definitely looking forward more to season 2. Definitely, I want to learn more about curse techniques, and especially domain expansions like that. I really want them to expand more on that as well. And so I'm looking forward to JJK because I believe they can. I believe it can live up to the hype, and so I'm setting expectation for JJK live up to the hype that the manga is set for, and so I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, JJK is also, no surprise, also on my highly anticipated list for next season. I I'll agree that I don't think it touched on what I was as big as there was so much hype surrounded around this series. So I will agree. I don't think season 1 touched up on it, but with the knowledge I have, what is coming in season 2, because I did I wanted to get a peek.
You touched on it a little bit. Okay,
just a
little bit.
I do think this season is going to really solidify why there was so much hype surrounded by this series.
Okay,
because I think this is where, in my opinion, from what I saw, I think this is kind of where JJK really kind of comes into its own. Like, this is the type of story they want to tell. In regard to just how it gets compared, like, you know how I feel like all the new major shonens get compared to the big three.
Yeah,
I feel like this in this way, the season that it's about to come up really sets it apart from its predecessors in a way. So
okay.
I really am looking forward not only to what we'll see, because I think we're gonna have a good time regardless. It's a really fun show, and it's animated amazingly.
Yeah, Mappa never missed. They ain't missed yet. So
yeah. So besides like seeing all the beautiful visuals and the amazing fights, I think seeing people's reactions to who had not read, and then to those who have, is gonna be really good.
All right. Okay. What you got next for us, McMillian?
So next for me, I gotta go with Mushoku Tensei.
Oh, there we go. Okay, this is on my list as well.
I want to say this is probably like the one I want to save for last or whatever. But in all honesty, all of these are a lot of the stuff coming out next season is really good. But I'll just say Mushoku Tensei, besides having the one blemish of the main character, tells. I just gotta mention it because it is a problem.
It is, unfortunately, but no, not unfortunately, but unfortunately for him that he has that problem. So let me put it that way.
But besides that, it has developed into such an interesting story for me. The fantasy world that it created is very engaging. The characters are also interesting. Besides the main character, and
listen. He is interesting, like we said. Just besides his one fault here, all right. So
it's such a big fault.
It is. But we ain't gonna do him all the way like that now.
but I will say that I'm very interested to get back into this world to see how Rudius develops even more on his journey. Will he find his mom? What is the ever evolving thing going to happen, like with Suvi, as we saw at like the end of
oh yeah
that might not be her name. I think I just gave her
I think it
name, but I know it starts with an S.
It's either Sylvia or like Sylvie, something like Sylvie, something like that.
I think that's it, maybe. But
regardless, look this up. I must know.
His elf friend, we do know. We saw at the end of the season 1, so there's stuff going on with her this season, and I'm really interested to see not only Rudius' development, but also that characters, and then also the beautiful animation is coming back, and I'm fucking down to see that.
So look like Sylphie, something like that, or Sylphie. So yeah, okay. Sylphie. Yeah, we was in the ballpark. We was there. But no, 100%, I agree. Mushoku Tensei definitely jumped up to one of my favorite isekais so far, and I'm definitely looking forward to season 2. Especially, I need more of this world building. I need more of the magic, and hopefully we can see Rudy have some character growth here and kind of step away from his one fault here.
Yeah,
a little bit, yeah. And we keep it pushing from there.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, Mushoku Tensei season 2. I'm really looking forward to that.
Okay. And all right, so I'm gonna give out my one, I guess, non-big one here before I get to my last big one here, and then so once again, I do, similar to you, for Helk, I know nothing of the series, but once I read the synopsis and everything, I was kind of interested in it. So it's an anime called Zom 100 that's supposed to be coming out.
That's
season.
Also on mine.
Yeah. So basically, the story. The synopsis was we follow the story of a 24-year-old who's he has his own apartment, but he's has been depressed recently and stuff like that, and he can't so depressed he can't even basically act out his crush or whatever. But one day he comes home and he sees his landlord eating on one of his neighbors, and lo and behold, there's zombies running around everywhere.
Yeah.
And so I'm just excited for a nice zombie story. Because I don't know if you know about this, but they're not necessarily zombies, but Kabanabi of the Iron Fortress, I believe that's how you pronounce that. They're not necessarily zombies, but I think it's like zombie-esque in my opinion. It's a really good show, and so I'm just, you know, I like a good zombie show, so I'm interested in it.
I agree. I have seen Cabaneri. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
Very fun time of a show. Zom 100 is for the same reason you said. The synopsis sounds wild as hell. Zombie animes aren't like that big of a thing, so I'm really interested to see like how this one decides to like tell its story and stuff like that. And I think this is going to be very action-packed as much as it sounds like it might also be comedic, so I'm very looking forward to like how this all unfolds.
I agree.
And but just from like the mangas, because I haven't read it, but like I've seen the covers for it. It's a very vibrant looking series. So I'm very interested to see like how what the visuals and stuff like this is going to be.
Okay, yeah, but I said I have seen like one of the posters that they had for the show and stuff like that. And like you said, it was very vibrant and colorful. So it will be interesting to see how they depict this for a zombie show, because I'm really wondering are they gonna play more on like a survival aspect type of thing, or really is it gonna be just more of an anime where we just basically surviving every day, just going around killing zombies, something like that, really.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Think what next for me, before I get to my last big one, I think I'll go for the new Fate series that was recently announced.
I almost forgot about that. That's coming out summer?
Yeah. So I mean, it was crazy. I don't think it was announced until like very recently. But there's I'm not sure if it's a series or a special, because on Mal it's not even like described as a season. It just says special.
Okay.
So it might only be one episode, but it's called Fate Strange Fake, and I don't even know much about the synopsis for it.
If I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to, because I remember talking about this when it first got announced. I believe it's a series. If I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be a series. I could be wrong, okay. But I do remember talking about this when it got announced.
Okay, I just know like it had not a lot of it about it has been discussed, but I'm just a huge Fate fan. This is kind of just where I'm coming from as like a fan of the Fate series. Okay. So I'm very interested to see this new whatever this new thing is, what it brings to the table, and how it'll like work, or the story will be told, or anything like that.
Okay.
Right now, so yeah, that's.
I wouldn't call myself a huge fan, but you recommended it to me. You got me into the series, and I have been enjoying what I've been watching so far. So I am a fan. I will say that. I am a fan, so I'm looking forward. I will say I'm excited to see what this new series got going on there.
Yep, I was about to say, well, it's they've got something new to look forward to.
All right, and so for my the last thing on my list here, and of course, as always, save the best for last. Our boy Ichigo, one of the big three, coming back once again to finish off his series. Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Second Core, coming back for the summer. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I don't know. There's too much to say about this. Everybody feels like knows what Bleach is. I'm really interested to see how far we'll get into the 1000 Year Blood War arc this time around, like where we'll stop. Because last time we got right up to the point where Ichigo got his new sword.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're about to be on the fort. We're about to get our get back per se. Also, and I'm really interested to see what that will look like. I'm sorry. Okay. Go ahead.
No, you good. That was my bad. Also, just in case people don't know, excuse me. Bleach 1000 Year Blood War is split up into 4 separate cores. So this is the second core. So after this, we got 2 more coming out. So it's not coming out all at one time. So this is the second core, and then everybody just get excited for it.
Yes. I'm just interested to see how far this one will get to, because again, like I said, this is the after we done survived the attack. The attack from the Stern Ritters, everybody's down, but we got new swords, new people connecting with their
got a power boost. Renji got a small power boost, I guess technically. We'll see what Renji do. But I say Renji's gonna get a smaller power boost because his captain went down. So he's the lieutenant of that squad. He gonna have to step up in some way. So Renji ain't gonna go out like that. Even though Renji ain't one of my favorite characters, but. I can see Renji not going out like that though. Especially since he's still one of the ones that have his Bankai right now at the moment. So
exactly,
he gonna have to step up somehow, one way or another.
Yeah, no. I'm very interested to see because I want to see how far we get in the get back stage because this is the get back stage. they gotta make up for their points, that they lost. So
yeah. So as you all can tell, McMillian is the resident margarita here. he knows what's coming. I'm just along for the ride. I'm waiting. I'm excited. So we're definitely gonna we're here for along for the ride. Bleach is probably going to be the biggest show of next season, and rightfully so. Mm-hmm. Right next to JJK, but I don't think JJK is going to touch. Well, not necessarily going to touch, but I don't think JJK is going to surpass Bleach in terms of amount of hype, in my opinion. So
no, I don't think. Yeah, I wouldn't think so. I especially. Again, I don't know what they're adapting for this one, but there's some crazy shit coming. That's all I'll say. As a resident manga reader.
Oh, I'm ready for it. I'm ready to see all these other bankais that we ain't seen before. And thankfully I have it somehow. Bleach is like one of those shows I just somehow miraculously avoided spoilers throughout all these years. I guess because since the show the last arc never got adapted, the manga readers just never felt the need to talk about it or whatnot after all these years. But I escaped spoilers, so I have no idea what's gonna happen. And, I'm ready for it.
I think there was always hope that Bleach is one of the big three. It was always hope that at some point that it was gonna come back.
Yeah, it was always hope.
And so I'm glad, as a fan, I'm glad that it is coming back because I desperately want to see some shit in this arc animated, and I cannot wait.
Well, all right. That was the end of my list. Was that in your list as well?
The only other thing I had on here that we didn't necessarily touch on. This is just like a small one. I'm not even like it's another unknown. It's like unknown. There's this I don't know if it's an isekai or not. It has isekai like type art, but there's this anime coming out called Reign of the Seven Spellblades. And it's small descriptor is in a world of magic, there exist deadly, irreversible techniques commonly known as spellblades. These sparse and elusive spells, along with their casters, are shrouded in mystery, and only their absolute lethality is known to their only their absolute lethality is known to their masters. Excuse me. And that is as far as I know. It seemed like you dropped out, so I don't know if you heard.
Just for a quick second. Hopefully, we'll have to. Thankfully, it happened at the tail end of the episode here, so it won't be too bad editing this.
Yeah, all I was saying was, it's a small synopsis. Basically, talks about how spell blades are known to be extremely deadly, irreversible techniques that are only known to their masters. And and basically, it seems like it's going to be focusing on these 7 characters that know these spells.
Okay.
So I'm very interested to see what, I don't know. It just seems interesting based off that small synopsis. It could be bad, could be good, but I'm looking for. It sounds like it could be a cool fantasy, a cool little type show. Yeah. So.
Hey, I love my magic, so I might check this one off. Just off that, just because it got magic in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's someone in the same boat, basically.
Well, all right. So, once again, quickly, I'm just gonna go through my list, and then we'll let you go through yours of animes I'm looking forward to coming up in the summer 2023 season. So Bleach: 1,000-Year Blood War, Mushoku Tensei Season 2, JJK Season 2, Link Click Season 2, a lot of Season 2s, and Zom 100.
Yep, and for mine. Basically got all the same things. The only thing that added is Hulk, Reign of the Seven Spellblades, and Fate Strange Fake. Also, just as a little closer, I've re-looked at the synopsis real quick of Hulk. He is a guy. Apparently, the demon that
the demon is a girl.
The demon is a girl. The one that is trying to figure out why the fuck this human wants to become the next demon king.
Okay.
Is a girl. And again, just sounds like a wacky good time. I know.
Well, all right. Well, yes, that is all the anime me and McMillian here are looking forward to in this upcoming season. Now, is there something that you guys are looking forward to that we didn't name? Maybe some show that you know about that isn't maybe, that well known or something like that. Please, let us know down below in the comments, or hit us up on our social media and let us know. We'd love to chat it out. And but with all that being said, I'll hand it over to our friend McMillian, and who's gonna take us on out here.
Yep, guys, as always, appreciate you for watching us listening. If you're watching us on YouTube, please consider following us. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. It really helps us grow. We would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on what's coming out, as well as what you might have thought was slept on this current season. I'm always interested to find out some new shows, so please don't feel free to let us know. For my other listeners, thank you for listening. Please consider following the podcast as well as sharing. It really helps us grow, and we definitely appreciate you all for doing so. If you want to stay up to date on all things about the council, please consider following us on the social media. That is at Gurren Otaku on Twitter and at Gurren Otaku Council on everything else. And with that, everybody, this is Gurren Otaku Council saying meeting adjourned. You all have a wonderful weekend. Keep enjoying anime out there. Peace.
照らして